What's up guys, BltzZ here today bringing you another video. In today's video I want to talk about a few things in regards to the release date of Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2, speculating when we can expect to see that game finally bless us. But before we get into that, it's been revealed that Square Enix will be hosting a Japanese and English translated event, May 7th, Friday at 7 AM Eastern Time. Square will be holding a presentation for everyone's favorite and highly anticipated game, the First Soldier Battle Royale. But also the program has an outline that most importantly states we will be seeing some new information on Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. Again guys, this is next Friday morning and I will do my best to make sure that I cover this event live for you guys or I make a follow-up video about it after. As we know, my early morning track records are kind of ass, but it's Final Fantasy VII. I can push through for you guys and we can make it work. But yeah, make sure you guys are also subscribed so you don't miss out when we're going live. To touch on that one, being a subscriber is totally free and helps support the channel out a ton, so join the channel today. Don't be a scrub. Now with all that being said, let's get into this video. When it comes to Square Enix and Final Fantasy, it's no secret that their cash cow and golden goose is without a doubt Final Fantasy VII. Now it's not the best game in the series, but it's the most popular and my personal favorite. Many people, including myself, also call it the gateway RPG because this game was many other individuals' very first experience into the RPG genre. Throughout the years, we've had many other Final Fantasy games released, and even recently, we have Final Fantasy XVI, which has been announced to come out sometime soon. And we also have another expansion for Final Fantasy XIV with Endwalker coming out at the end of this year. So many people are wondering, when will Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 release? Will it come out this year? Definitely not. Will it come out in 2022? It's possible, but I highly doubt it, and here is why. Square Enix knows just how big Final Fantasy VII and the remake project is. It's probably their biggest undertaking that the company is completely stressed about, because you don't want to botch this classic, well-loved game, which is also why they are extending the hell out of the plot and releases, which I am totally fine with. Expanding this universe, I'm on board, guys. But knowing this being the case for Final Fantasy VII and Project Remake, Square would never release two Final Fantasy main number-titled games in 1 year. I'm talking about also Final Fantasy XVI. 16 was first showcased to us last year in 2020, and Yoshi P stated that they are much further along in development than many people would like you to think. Of course, with Square Enix's track record for releases being the butt of the joke. You actually have footage and gameplay for Final Fantasy XVI. It's very early stuff, but he does state that they have been much further along than what this gameplay is currently showing, which also means it's clearly further along in development than Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2. Remake Part 2 started story planning development in November 2019, and then in June 2020, it was officially stated to be in full development. If you guys remember that from last summer, that's when I started covering these news-related videos. So putting it all into perspective, if I had to break down the upcoming releases for Square Enix, I would put it down as this. We have Final Fantasy XIV Endwalker coming in fall 2021 alongside everyone's favorite Battle Royale, Final Fantasy VII, The First Soldier. Then maybe sometime before that, at a TGS event, maybe we'll get a Final Fantasy XVI new trailer and release date to officially drop. This would show the game to release in maybe spring 2022, not this year. But do you also think that Square Enix would release Remake Part 2 in 2022? No, I don't. After Final Fantasy XVI releases in spring 2022, I can see later that year in fall 2022, we get Forspoken to release. This would mark Square down for two big game drops in 2022, with possibly DLC for Marvel's Avengers that nobody will buy. But wait, there's also one more big game drop for 2022 that I am fully excited for, and that is the massive compilation project for Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis. This mobile game will feature the original story of Final Fantasy VII, as well as Dirge of Cerberus, Before Crisis, Ever Crisis, and frickin' Advent Children, all revisioned as a turn-based RPG, which is crazy since none of them were turn-based RPGs to begin with, including Advent Children with it being a goddamn movie. But 2022 has tons of releases, and I don't see them forcing Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 to squeeze into there and potentially lose money on Square's other titles that they have releasing. This brings me to 2023, which is when I think that Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 will officially drop. We may get our first look and trailer for Remake Part 2 in 2022, but I truly believe it will not be here for us to play until 2023. This gives Square almost a 3-year timetable to work on Part 2. They could get a lot of good work done in this time as well, considering that Remake Part 1 was fully developed in 2.5 years. Remember, Remake Part 1 was announced in 2015, being worked on by CyberConnect 2, but after 2 years in late 2017, Square fired them, scrapped the project, and then brought it in-house for them to work on. So from late 2017 to April 2020, Remake Part 1 was worked on and then released. Now, that is less than 3 years if you guys think about it. And also, most likely, there are tons of assets that the development team can reuse when making Part 2 because Part 1 already exists, and that'll probably speed up their processes. But if they decide to fully visualize the open world or zones or whatever the hell they try to do with Final Fantasy VII's world, then I'm all for them taking that extra time to do all this, guys. I know a lot of you guys want Remake Part 2 to come out as soon as possible, and I know, I hear you. I would love that too, but personally, I don't think it's a great idea. I want the best possible product that they can give us, and especially being developed for next gen this time around without having to cut corners. I think we are in for a good treat. But yeah, I think Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 will be releasing in 2023, and those are my reasons why. Don't expect any teaser trailers or news drops for Remake Part 2 anytime this year in 2021. But next year, maybe in summer 2022, we can probably see a teaser trailer or maybe more for Remake Part 2, where they show off minimal gameplay and scenes, and then in 2023, we're getting that baby built and ready for next gen. When it comes down to the PC release, I do believe that Intergrade will be coming to PC, but it just might be well after June 10th after it comes out on PS5. Or who knows? Actually, guys, think about it. Maybe the announcement for Remake Intergrade on May 7th, next Friday at 7 a.m. will include a reveal for the PC version that I've been talking you guys' ears off about. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about that. And that wraps it up for this video, guys. Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 is quite a ways away, but we have tons of things coming soon to hold us over until then. How have you guys been enjoying the Nier Replicant streams? It's my first time ever playing any Nier game, and everyone keeps telling me I'm going to be super hyped when I finally play Automata. So I seriously can't wait to get into that. Next Friday, my expectations are admittedly through the roof. I cannot stop thinking about it, but maybe we will get Remake Part 2's PC release information on Friday, May 7th at 7 a.m. I don't expect it to come out at June 10th, same time as the PS5 version, but it's possible that the PC version maybe comes out 1 month after that or a few weeks after that, giving Sony 1 more month of exclusivity, cheeks. When do you guys think Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 will be releasing? I want to hear what you guys have to say in the comments below, so let's get a discussion going. Be sure to like the video if you enjoyed and subscribe if you are new. More Final Fantasy VII Remake videos are coming your way and you won't want to miss them. My name is BltzZ and thanks for watching.